What's up everybody, Will Borza here of Borza Mastering. It's the analog vlog. It's a vlog, analog. Today, we're talking about these bad boys, the Kali Audio IN-8s. The newest in the line of Kali speakers. It is the step up from the LP line, the LP6, the LP8. It's got the same cone as the LP8, but something different and unique is going on up here. It's really cool. I want to go into the pros and cons, what I love about these speakers and what I kind of don't love about these speakers, trying to give you the most honest review I possibly can. Starting with the pros, because that's a good place to start, it has all the things that the LP line is absolutely amazing for. This very unique port that pushes air out equally so that you don't get that chugging, chumping, woofy sound that, you know, straight ports can be giving you. On the back, you have all the different EQ positions. Depending on where you want to place your speaker, you choose, you know, it tells you if it's more than half a meter from the wall, less than half a meter from the wall, up against the wall, on a console, on a desk, close from a wall, against the wall, mounted, all that groovy stuff. You have an EQ built into the speaker to get you where you need to be. Also, it has pretty much any input you need, RCA, TRS, XLR. It's kind of like the MacBook Pros before they went to just USB-C. All that stuff though is the same as the LP line. Very happy with the way these sound actually. The 8-inch cone over the 6-inch cone. 8-inch cone pushes a whole lot more air. I'm very happy with the amount of volume I can get out of these speakers, and if I crank them up, in this room especially, I can actually, I can feel it in my chest. Sometimes when you're mixing or mastering, you do want to turn it up to an unhealthy level of volume because you do need to know how the music physically pushes your body, physically moves the air in the room. Don't listen loud for long because, I mean, you're gonna want to hear in 5 years if you want this to be your career. Generally listen at quiet volumes, but occasionally just crank it and see what you got. When you crank these, I'm very happy with what I'm hearing. So the difference from here to here, the crossover is 330 hertz. That means that everything below 330 is handled by this cone, and everything above 330 is handled by these two cones. What does that mean exactly? Okay, the way my voice sounds right now, everything in this range from here up, that is 330 and above, and this is what my voice sounds like where it's just 330 and below. So you can kind of hear that, you know, the majority of the detail and accuracy is going to be above 330, whereas the vibe, the punch, that kind of stuff is going to be below 330. Now, this is so unique and so cool. They've built a tweeter inside the mid-range cone, which means that everything above 330 is coming out of one spot. It is a point source from 330 up. What does that mean for your mixes? Basically, everything from 330 up is coming out of one space, which means that in terms of stereo accuracy, in terms of closing your eyes and pointing things out in the mix in the room, like that's coming from exactly there. These speakers mega excel at doing that. The imaging is phenomenal. It's, you can close your eyes and you can feel like the band is playing in front of you. You really truly know and understand your panning choices, your stereo width choices when you're mixing, when you're mastering. This point source tweeter inside a mid-range cone is brilliant and I love it. Now these speakers are going for $400 each, so $800 for the pair, which I think is a really great value for what you're getting sound-wise. Like the amount of sound you're getting out of these, $800, absolutely. Okay, now honesty time. Here come the cons. These are the things that I don't particularly like about these speakers. I think could be improved on, and hopefully in future generations of Kali speakers they sort out the issues here. Number one, when these are on, there is a audible hiss that comes out of the tweeter mid-range thing here. In a room like this, where the noise floor is hovering around 30 decibels SPL, fairly quiet. From listening position, where I am right here, I can hear that hiss. What is that? 2.5, 3 meters away. But at the same time, I'm looking at KRK V8s, I'm also looking at Genelecs and PMCs. I can't hear the hiss on the PMCs. I can't hear the hiss on the Genelecs. I can hear the hiss on the KRKs. So take that for what you would. Also, normally there's like an AC running in here, which is going to be louder than the hiss. Certain pieces of gear, the fan will kick on, and that's going to be louder than the hiss. But nonetheless, there's a hiss. If you were to place these on a desk in front of you a meter away, you would definitely hear it. Number 2, these speakers are Class D, and they have a power saving mode, which means that if you don't listen for a period of time, I'm not sure, I've never counted what that is, might be 20 minutes, might be half an hour, something like that, they will switch into power saving mode. The blue light turns orange, and the speakers, the hiss goes away. Basically, the speaker turns off. It goes into, rest mode. And if you all of a sudden start playing audio again, you're not going to hear anything. It takes a moment for the speaker to notice their sounds coming in and say, oh, hey, I need to turn back on. So you start playing sounds, and then 5-10 seconds later, then the speaker light turns blue, starts playing audio again. So if you're in a situation where there's multiple monitors like this room, and you're mostly living in PMCs, and you switch over to Genelecs, PMCs, and then you decide, okay, what do they sound like on the Callies? If you switch over, you're not going to hear anything. You're going to hear silence. Because they're Class D, I don't think there's a real good reason to keep them on for very long periods of time. That's just going to generate a ton of heat, and if you live in a studio like this, heat is a major issue. So the power saving mode, it's good for keeping the room in a comfortable temperature, but if you're not listening to them for half an hour and then you decide to switch straight to them, you will have, like a 5-10 second gap of silence, which not the end of the world, but it does catch me off guard occasionally. Then the last thing, number 3 con that I think might be improved on these speakers is there seems to me to be some bit of a low-mid gap, or maybe just a dip in the EQ curve, or some low-mid information is not always present on these speakers when it is present on the 4 other pairs that I have here and my Barefoots at home. It's not like there's a notch, it's not like there's missing frequencies, but it is something that you need to compensate for, at least mentally. You need to know that the body of your snare drum, for example, that fundamental frequency of your snare may be less pronounced on these, but when you pull it up on a different set of speakers or headphones, you'll hear a whole lot more of it. So it's not an end-of-the-world problem, but it is one of those things where you just need to spend a lot of time listening to records on these speakers and learning how these speakers perform, so that when you are mixing your own music, you're not pushing way too much low mids in, because you're not hearing them. Learn your speakers. I mean, that's good advice for any speaker you get, right? I mentioned with the Cali Audio LP6s that they felt a little bit out of place in this room. I'm not getting that with these guys. With these, they fit right in alongside KRK V8s, Genelecs, NS10s, PMCs. It's totally natural switching between these 4 speakers now. They've really upped the bar when it comes to the IN-8s. So there you have it. Cali Audio IN-8. Love these speakers. They feel right at home here. They've got a great sound, a phenomenal speaker for $800. Any questions, comments, ideas, thoughts, leave them in the comments. Subscribe, like, share, you know the drill. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.